AYN Thor has been one of the most hotly anticipated retro gaming handhelds in 2025. But in all honesty, I haven't found myself using it anywhere near the amount I thought I was going to. And I've been wondering recently, why is that? I've been using the AYN Thor for the past month to answer these questions, and this is what happened. When I first opened up the AYN Thor, it exceeded my expectations. It felt so much nicer in my hands than I thought it would, and the dual screens just look fantastic. I had some apprehension at first how the dual screens would operate when you weren't in dual screen gaming, but they are so good. And the bottom screen is just as useful as an Android device than it is as a DS device or a Wii U device. As I said in my initial video, it's really good when you are trying to just navigate Android if you're on the internet and you want a second screen. It's really good at helping you with life admin tasks, and I've used it as much for that as I have for gaming. The controls feel solid and great, the analog sticks are in a lovely position, the analog triggers feel really nice to use, and when it's closed up, it's really nice and pocketable. For the cost of the AYN Thor, I feel very comfortable taking it around with me, and this is what was most important. As everybody knows, I focus a lot on pocketability in my handheld gaming, and for a device like the AYN Thor, the kind of device I would consider to be a potential endgame device, this was really important. And without having to go into too much detail, you can check out my previous video. The AYN Thor literally ticks all of the boxes I expected it to tick. However, over the initial week of getting it, I didn't really use it as much as I thought I would. And over the past month, I've used it hardly at all. And I've been trying to think, what is the reason behind that? I went through something similar with the Retroid Pocket 5 and eventually started using that way more further down the line. And maybe the same thing will happen with the AYN Thor. But most recently, I've been playing mostly PlayStation 2 games, and I've been using my Retroid Pocket Flip 2 for that. With PS2 games, I don't need a second screen, and that extra screen kind of gets in the way a little bit. And in some respects, I don't really want to overuse the AYN Thor if I've got the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 that can do that for me. So over the past month, while I've been playing PlayStation 2 games, and specifically Mission Impossible Operation Surma, I've been using the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 instead of the AYN Thor. And the same thing goes for watching things as well on my handheld devices. The Retroid Pocket Flip 2 is just so easy to grab, open and switch on. And to be honest, the AYN Thor is just as easy as well, but with it being the more expensive device, I've kind of avoided using it when sat in bed, just in case I nod off and it falls off the side. It's not an issue with the AYN Thor, but having a Retroid Pocket Flip 2 means that I just use the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 for everything that I don't need a dual screen for. Now you can say, okay, well, you've got it for dual screen gaming, but honestly, I've been using the Magic X for DS games. I've been playing 999, and whereas I could use it on the AYN Thor, it feels like a little bit of overkill. No doubt the DS games look great on it, but I don't really like to have the top screen so much bigger than the small one, and when I've got the top screen the same size as the small one, then I kind of feel like I'm not using the full effect of the AYN Thor, and it just feels a little bit more natural playing on the Magic X40. So any times I've been playing 999, I've been picking up the Magic X40 instead of the AYN Thor. And this has all led to the past month, me having the AYN Thor next to me all the time, but it mostly gathering dust. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I dislike the device, I'm not saying I don't need it. I mean, when it comes to 3DS games, and especially Wii U games, the AYN Thor is going to come in brilliantly for that. And over the next few months, the next year, as I probably gravitate to playing more of those types of games, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. 3DS games look absolutely fantastic on the AYN Thor, and they play brilliantly as well. And at this point, this is where the top screen and the size of it really does make a difference, as opposed to if I'm just playing DS games where it feels a bit of overkill. But the thing I'm most excited for is Wii U gaming, and it's kind of because of my want and desire to play some PlayStation 3 games, which is crazy because they're different consoles, and yet there's loads of Wii U games I'm looking forward to playing that have dual screen capabilities. But most retro gaming handhelds these days, especially of the Android type, can't handle PlayStation 3 games, yet there's loads of that catalogue that I would love to be able to play in the palm of my hand. And fortunately, the Wii U actually has a lot of those games in its library. So playing the Wii U on the AYN Thor is kind of like a half step towards PlayStation 3 emulation. And this has been really exciting. I think I'm currently at the stage of my retro gaming where there's a lot of PlayStation 2 games I want to get through and DS ones as well. And so for the current time being, the AYN Thor isn't as much use to me right now as the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 or the Magic X40. However, as I transition to more 3DS games and Wii U games, the AYN Thor is going to be the only device that I've got that can pull it off. And for that reason, even though I've barely used my AYN Thor, I absolutely love having it, and I would say it is one of the best, if not the best console I've got in my collection right now. And to be honest, if it was the only retro gaming handheld I had, it would be perfect. It would be everything I need. But as I've got plenty of other options, it does kind of sit on the side a little bit, which is probably better because there's no point in overusing it and potentially dropping it or having some issue just because I've overused it when I've got other devices that can do the same job for me that I need it to. But when it comes to that 3DS and Wii U gaming, it's going to be awesome. If you want to get your hands on an AYN Thor, links in the description below. But if you want to check out my initial impressions video of it, check out this video right here.